Derick along with Matt Rose for the most exciting 10 minutes in harness racing here. The Harness Spotlight. We're going to look at Woodbine Mohawk Park, or Woodbine Standardbred, as we see the North American Cup Eliminations are this Saturday night, June the 9th, at Woodbine Mohawk Park. And there are 3 eliminations, 29 horses signed up. There you go as races 4, 5, and 8. We're going to take a look at them quickly as we want to try to get everything, all the knowledge we have, into one short 10-minute span. Race number 4, North America Cup Elimination, $50,000 on the line. We see the morning lines up there, and Stay Hungry, who's the Breeders' Crown champion from last year, is the 9-5 morning line favorite. Done well, a close second.
Yeah, I think from this spot, he definitely deserves to be the favorite in this race, and he is my top choice. We saw him come back a little bit short in his first start of Pennsylvania Sire Stakes effort, Pocono Downs. Came back with a qualifier at the Meadowlands to sharpen him up, finished a very sharp 49-1 behind a Delta winner who's a pretty solid overnight age stakes horse. You know, he adds Lasix going for this event now, and I think all roads go through him here. I think he's sharpened up. He's ready to win. He should be sent early. Might not face a ton of pressure in this elimination race, and I think it's definitely his race to lose.
Well, listen, on paper, I think this is probably a 3-horse race between Hayden Hanover, Stay Hungry, and Done Well. I think those are the 3 that jump off the page as the most likely winners. I think, as we see in these elimination winners, I don't think numbers 6 through 10 are just going to give up and say, hey, we don't want to make the final. The top 3 in this race are going to make the final for sure. The 4th place finisher drawn by lot between the 3 eliminations also gets in. I'm between I think one of the outside horses is probably going to leave and, you know, throw some kind of wrench into the race. I can see why people would like Stay Hungry. I think he would probably be my top pick here. I like Done Well a lot, but when the trainer says to me, I think I'd like to have one more start, that kind of makes me want to, you know, watch one more race and not jump on his bandwagon. I'm going to take a shot here with Hayden Hanover. I went back and watched the replay in the PA All-Stars. I thought he raced really well. Left, sat the pocket, finished willingly. Everything you want to see is a nice progression type race. You know, I think you're going to get a really nice pricing here compared to Stay Hungry and Done Well. Maybe 4-1, 5-1, or right around the morning line.
Somewhere around his morning line of 5-1. And you got to like the progression. Much better in his second start of the season versus his first start where he rode the rails a little bit flat. But I'm gonna bite with the short price for Stay Hungry. I'm definitely going to use Hayden Hanover underneath. Maybe summer travel. You have Dave Miller driving for Casey Coleman trainee. You got to get a better trip than he got last week in the Sun Beach Somewhere Stakes.
Post 10 did no favors there.
Yeah, and lingered around for quite a while. Obviously got to use Done Well. Maybe you talk about one of the outside horses. Maybe a Jimmy Takter trainee, Grand Teton. You got Scott Zeron driving tonight. Decent efforts in his last 2 starts. Maybe he can slide into the number because, again, you got to finish in the top 3 here. So, like you said, I expect Stay Hungry to be aggressively handled, cut the pace, do what he has to do, but someone on the outside has got to sneak in. Maybe we'll throw in Grand Teton.
Number 3, Stay Hungry for Matt. Number 1, Hayden Hanover for me. And race number 4, the opening elimination. We'll go to race number 5. That's elimination number 2 for the North America Cup. And this is an interesting race here in that you're getting a horse in American history who's clearly got a lot of talent but hasn't yet put it all together per se. And West Delight came out of nowhere this year and really had a pretty big year. I mean, not out of nowhere. He made $124,000 last year, but still, he wasn't a horse we were expecting to be at the top of the division, and yet we already see that he's beaten Lost in Time and Stay Hungry.
Yeah, and I'm going to stick on the bandwagon here. I was skeptical when I saw him at Yonkers 3 starts ago on the half-mile track in the slop. He was flawless. Obviously, beat weaker competition than we're seeing here, although he did beat the Rooney Pace winner, Trump Nation. But, yeah, he was completely flawless and followed up with 2 sharp efforts in the Pennsylvania Stakes races at Pocono Downs. And I'm sticking on the bandwagon here in a race where he draws inside his main rivals and should have a speed and tactical edge here. And I'll stick with him, hoping I get somewhere around the 7-2 morning line.
I'm actually on board with West Delight in this race too. I just feel like he draws inside what looks like the main rivals in here. You know, he seems to have a good nose for the wire. He was used to the top last time and still, you know, had plenty left in the tank to win that race. I like everything I've seen from him. I don't see any reason why he can't win the race. I think American history is certainly very talented. I thought that his race at Vernon last time was the best I've seen him. It was the best mile by far. He behaved. He didn't do anything stupid.
49-1.
Yeah, listen, he's a little bit green at times, but I thought that was the first time where I saw him and I said, you know what, maybe he's putting it all together. Dorsador Hanover, you kind of have to mention him. He's 3 for 3 this year. Really done nothing wrong, but I still think if he's going to be a shorter price, he's the morning line favorite in here. I don't see how you can play him as the favorite.
I'm not convinced he's going to be the shorter price and or the favorite.
I think West Delight's probably going to be the favorite.
Yeah, that's why I said I was maybe wishful thinking around 7-2, but there's no odds-on favorite in here. Like we might see with Stay Hungry would probably be an odds-on price. We're going to stick with West Delight. I'm going to throw American History in there. I'm not, like you said, I'm still not sold on him. Dorsador Hanover, maybe Nutcracker Sweet. We've heard good things about this horse.
There's ability there.
I like how he was put on the engine, aggressively handled last week on the front end. Faded pretty badly to 8th after cutting the mile, but maybe that speed sharpens him here. Maybe he can tuck mid-pack and rally for a share. No, he's better than what he's shown in his first 2 starts this year.
Race 5, North America Cup, second elim, 2 votes of confidence for number 4, West Delight. And we'll move on to the third elimination. That's race number 8 on the card, and by far the most competitive of the 3. I mean, this field is stacked from top to bottom. Lather Up is the 9 to 5 morning line favorite. He's been on quite a roll, 4 for 4 this year. But you got last year's champion Lost in Time in this race, and Courtly Choice. He's the fastest horse of the year, 48 and change.
Yeah, you know what? We were talking before about off camera about Lather Up. We have the Teague stable, Montreal Teague, Clyde Francis, obviously a Wiggle Jiggle of fame. This horse is all of a sudden he's dominated in 4 starts this year. Is he the real deal? He gets a major test tonight, and we'll see how good he is against some of the best. I'm going to head in the direction of Lost in Time. Nothing wrong with his first 2 starts of the year. Just missed a nose to West Delight, and then we saw Jimmy Freight just power away last week at Some Beach Somewhere stake split. I don't see anything wrong with the races that he ran, and if I see 4-1 on the morning line in a competitive field, we know this horse's ability. We've discussed many times. I don't see any reason why he can't be as good or as sharp, especially from this spot, in a race where, again, you don't know if people are how hard these horses are getting pushed just to make the top 3.
Looking back at that race, the Some Beach Somewhere that Lost in Time raced, I mean, he had a lot of trouble on the turns. I mean, trainer Jimmy Tactor's going to have to figure something out as to what was going on there.
Which I'm confident he will do.
Well, I'm sure he will. There's no doubt about it. And if you're going to get any kind of a decent price, if Lather Up's going to be, 4 to 5 in here, or even money in here, which there's an outside chance he could be. I mean, when people see all those ones, they tend to get excited.
I gotta see. Now he's on the big stage here. I gotta see one before I hop on board.
I agree. I'm not on Lather Up at all here. I think Lost in Time clearly has a shot. If I'm getting a good price on him, I would need at least 3 to 1, 7 to 2 range to take a shot there. I would take it. But there's really no one in this race that I'm like saying, well, maybe the 9 Levi's Day, but other than that, any other horse wins, I wouldn't be shocked here.
How about the 5 Schnitzel Do Something?
You know what? I took a long, hard look at Schnitzel Do Something, thinking, you know what? This horse doesn't look that bad. I went back and watched the replay. He raced pretty well. I mean, the horse that won, Always a Prince, you clearly had him measured off.
Listen, he had a big 3-year-old season, 355,000 banked. Came back sharp this year. Those are 2 solid efforts at Hoosier, even in a losing effort. It's a solid effort. He wouldn't shock me at all. I'm definitely at 8 to 1 on the morning line. I'm definitely throwing him all,
and what
all
about
my tickets.
Courtly Choice? I mean, Courtly Choice just reeled off a 48 and 4 mile at Vernon Downs. It shows he made a break. He kind of left away. David Miller was chasing him. I asked trainer Blake McIntosh when I spoke to him. He said that he kind of goosed the horse a little bit, and that's what caused him to make a break. Other than that, I mean, 2 perfect starts, 2 perfect qualifiers this year. What's not to like there?
Yeah, so like you said, he's as good as any in the stacked field. He'll have to be on the move early here, because if he's not, they might not be fast enough, and he's, he has to rally from wherever he's rallying from to get into the top 3. So I imagine Dave Miller, without any goosing, will be able to get this horse out and work out some sort of trip. I'm throwing him in my numbers too, but I'm going to take a stab. Lost in Time. Lather Up, Snitch will do something who's underneath, and definitely Courtly Choice.
Matt's going Lost in Time. I don't know if I'm prepared to give an official pick at this point. I'm really up in the air. I want to see the odds board. My official pick will be I will not be playing Lather Up as the odds-on favorite. Okay. It's not that I don't think he might be the best horse.
Let's see if he's a real deal, though. I know.
Let him go out there and prove himself against this field. If he does, you know what? I'll give him all the respect in the world going into the final. We got 3 great races this week in the elims. There's plenty of other elimination action at Woodbine Mohawk Park this weekend. Next week we'll come back. We'll have DRF Harness Live. We'll have videos for all the big stakes finals. I'll be up there live. Matt will be watching from afar, right?
somewhere other than live, yes.
Good luck.